Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm back to talk about the 100, this time episode 304, titled Watch the Thrones, which premiered Thursday, February 11th, 2016 on the CW. And guys, oh my god, what the hell? I mean, so many parallels, yet with two completely different outcomes. I mean, my goodness. So let's start the 10-minute clock for sure, and let's begin so I can get right into it. So something new that we learned in this episode, there's definitely two different storylines going on, but they both revolve around the same thing: leadership being challenged, for sure. So when it comes to Polis, we see Lexa being her role as commander being challenged by Ice Queen Naya when she comes to be arrested after admitting to the attack against Mount Weather and the Sky Crew inside. So Lexa doesn't back down from the indirect challenge and basically tells her to just get on with it. So Queen formally announces a challenge against Lexa, which accepts, which is basically a single combat death match, each of them choosing a champion to fight in their honor. So Ice Queen chooses her banished son Rowan, Prince of Asgada, and Lexa fights on behalf of herself because no one fights for her, she states. And I just find that completely ridiculous. Not Lexa and the fact, but the fact that they get to pick their champions. That makes no sense, okay? For one, if the Ice Queen is challenging Lexa, then it should be the Ice Queen that fights Lexa for the role of commander or whatever they were fighting for. Not her younger son, who could have more experience than she would and defeat Lexa easily. It just, if you make the challenge, you should be the one to fight that challenge through. So I just found it weird that she didn't, but I'm glad that Lexa stood her ground and she would fight her own battles. I did like that. We got to see that for sure. Clark doesn't understand it. She doesn't like the fact that it's a fight to the death and the fact that Lexa is putting everything on the line, and she's not concerned whether she lives or dies. Lexa, if she dies, then her time has come, and Clark isn't accepting that, to the point that she tries to kill the Ice Queen herself, yet she fails. But in the end, Lexa is fighting Rowan. They each have their own advantages and coming out on top and everything with spears and stuff. But it turns out when Lexa had the choice to kill Rowan, when he's lying down at her feet with her spear in her hands, she goes and kills the Ice Queen and declares Rowan the new king of Asgada. So that is how the Polis leadership debacle ends, with Lexa still as commander and Rowan as the new king of Asgada. So it's safe to say his banishment has been lifted for sure. But through Polis, we also learned about a bit more about the Nightbloods, which are those kid grounders that we saw training last episode. And basically, the Nightbloods, we learn, their blood is black. It bleeds black, and it's meant as a sign that they are meant to be the commander, or they're descended from the original commander, I think it was. All I know is that it was very significant if a grounder would bleed black blood. During the fight, Lex actually proved that she does have black blood, proving that she is meant to be the commander. So there's that. So I didn't get the whole gist of it, but I just picked up on the fact that if you bleed black, that's very important. And through the Nightbloods, we actually meet formally Aiden, who Lexa introduces to Clark. And basically, Aiden is meant to succeed Lexa if she were to fall, or so they say, and that's if the spirits pick him. So there's that. Okay, so moving on to Arcadia very quickly, we see the leadership struggle between Kane and Pike. Kane wants to go for peace, Pike wants to go for war and hit the grounders before they start throwing the punches at them. With that though, Pike goes after Bellamy and worms into his grieving stages and gets Bellamy to side with him and arm him up with guns so that they can go and take out the grounder army that Lexa sent to protect Arcadia. But in the end, with the election rolling around, Pike is actually elected the new chancellor. His first order of business was to pardon everyone in the farm station who wanted to go on this murder mission. Second order, he rejects the coalition, so Arcadia is not the 13th clan. And third and final one, they go and complete the murder mission that they were stopped. And Bellamy goes with them. So there's that. That's how the episode ends for them, with blood on their brains and wanting to kill all 300 grounders that are camped just outside of Arcadia. So there's that. Most shocking moment of the episode, I have to say, is Bellamy's loyalties changing. I mean, yes, the promo kind of shows it happening. Not this episode promo, but the season 3 promo that we saw a few weeks back. It showed that happening. I wasn't expecting it to happen now. I wasn't expecting it to happen just like this when, for the past 3 episodes, we've seen Bellamy grow and adjusting to life in Arcadia, with him actually making the right decisions and him following the leadership that wanted to go for peace and everything. It looked like he was really turning over a new leaf and not wanting to go to the way of bloodshed like that was happening in season 1 and 2. And yet it all gets turned around when he's grieving for Gina. And yeah, I get that grief can kind of make you do crazy things and do things you normally wouldn't do. But to have Bellamy's loyalty switch like that for a man who he only knew as a teacher back on the Ark, and against a man who's basically seen him grown into this person he's become and see all the hardships he had to deal with when he's been on the ground as leaders before they came together. It just, I don't know, I just didn't like it, and that's what really surprised me, is that Bellamy did something like this. I don't know. So top 3 favorite moments. Let's get to something more upbeat and why I like the episode. The first one has to be Clark and Rowan. The fact that she went to go talk to Rowan and strike up a deal with him, basically telling him that she wants him to be king of Asgada. And he doesn't seem to refute that, but he knows that if he were to do it himself, no one in the kingdom would welcome him back. So I really like that she actually went over there and told him, this is what I want. I want you in this position of power, and I'm willing to help you get to it. I really love the team up. I really hope we see more in the future of it. I'm just really glad that we got even a slice of it in this episode. I'm just so excited for that. And also for the fact that Rowan was not killed in this episode. I actually grown to like his character very quickly after Clark made the comparisons between how similar she and Rowan are together. That's pretty much where I started liking Rowan and hoping that we'd get to see more of his backstory. So the fact that he wasn't killed in this episode means that we still have a chance of that happening. So there's that. Second favorite moment has to be Lexa turning the tables and killing the Ice Queen with that throwing spear move. That was fantastic. I basically cheered in my seats because I wanted that Ice Queen dead. There's no way I wanted Lexa dead. There's no way I wanted Rowan dead. So how were they going to maneuver this thing when they were in a fight to the death combat? And Lexa pulled a surprising move, and she did it right, because she even said blood must have blood. And since the Ice Queen was the reason for all those deaths in Mount Weather that were from Farm Station, it only seemed right that the Ice Queen were to be killed, which is how it's what she should have gotten at the beginning of the episode, at the beginning of that council meeting, where Titus stated that for her treason or so, she was supposed to be executed, and then she pulled that whole coup bit. But at least the Ice Queen is dead. Hallelujah. And now Rowan is king. Love it, love it, love it. And the fact that spear move was impressive. For sure. Even that battle in itself, that fight between the two, it's very cool. It definitely showed their different skills between the two of them, and that they are definitely formidable warriors for sure. Another third favorite moment. Sorry, I just blanked out right there. It has to be Jasper and Monty, surprisingly enough, and only because they finally hashed things out. Not completely, but they finally they weren't walking on eggshells around each other. They actually got down to it and talked about what was causing this tension between them, and it was the fact that Jasper blames Monty for killing everyone in Mount Weather, including Maya. So he's not getting over that. He even claims that Monty's best friend died the day that Maya died, and Monty, he's not dealing with everything, but he knows he has to move forward. There's the timer, and so he's trying to do it, and yet he doesn't want to see his best friend self-destruct. So it's really great to see that they're finally having a one-on-one together and trying to figure things out, even though it technically didn't really go anywhere. But it definitely brought us as the viewers some insight into just where both their headsets are with each other and within themselves. So I really like that for some reason. So there's that. Top 3 peeved moments. I definitely have them this episode, even though I wish I didn't. But first one has to be the fact that Bellamy is siding with Pike. Like I said before, and don't really like that he's doing that. I mean, he's basically taking a stranger who was his teacher from eons ago to Kane, who has basically supported Bellamy for the past 3 months and helped him get to where he was before they found Farm Station, and showed him support after Bellamy proved that he could do it to Kane. He was on the right path, and then Pike's manipulations just threw that all out the window. So it's like, why, Bellamy? I wish I could shake him and just go, why? I get that you're grieving, but that doesn't mean you have to make all these. When you're grieving, you should not be making life or death situations like this. No way. Nuh-uh. Because apparently it leads you down the wrong path, and it's not healthy, and you're going to put more people at risk, for sure. And another peeved moment. The fact that Farm Station is causing a rebellion. It's like the moment they got into Arcadia, they've been causing problems, for sure. They want to start an uproar with the Grounders. It's them who were killed in Mount Weather because they moved into Mount Weather. It's because they want to colonize the Mount Weather establishment, and that's why they blew it up. It seems like things would be a lot easier or a lot simpler for Arcadia if they hadn't found Farm Station. Yes, I know Monty's mom was found at Farm Station, and that Miller's boyfriend is there too, but it just seems like ever since we found Farm Station, all they've done is cause trouble, when all Arcadia really needed to worry about was being attacked by the Ice Nation. So yeah, Farm Station is not looking good in my books. Not liking them one bit. So what will I remember most about this episode? The single combat death fight between between Lexa and Roan. Clark talking to Roan, and Roan becoming king of Asgard. Woohoo! Random questions now. First one, Roan again. With Roan being the new king of Asgard, do you think he'll do things differently and maybe align himself with Clark or even Lexa in the future? I'm hoping yes. I'm really, really hoping for a Clark and Roan partnership for sure. But let me know in the comments below what you think, or if you hope to see that happening as well. Next question. Again, Bellamy, what in the world are you thinking? I mean, I touched upon it earlier, but I had to mention it again. I get he's grieving, but is grieving over Gina truly messing with his head this much that he's going to want to shed blood to such a huge extent? I mean, did he not see what happened when Finn massacred those 18 people in that village? Look how the Grounders retaliated from that. What is going to happen when they kill 300 of the Grounders? Do you really think that the Grounders aren't going to retaliate after that? I mean, it's like never-ending cycle, and it's like I get Pike not understanding because he wasn't there when the dropship made those 2 big attacks and stuff, but like Bellamy was. So like, has he not learned anything? It pains me because here I thought Bellamy was growing as a person and as a leader. It's like he took 2 steps back, for sure. Next question, last one actually. How, does anyone else think we're better off without Farm Station? I just thought I'd bring it up again. I didn't really have any questions this episode. They're pretty much answered within the episode pretty much after I had them, so there's that. So predictions very quickly, based off the promo for episode 305, the massacre of the 300 Grounder army that was sent to help Arcadia has happened. It's a field of blood, a bloodbath, if you will. And it also seems like Bellamy may be second-guessing himself about his decision in participating in this massacre. Maybe they went too far. It's too late to realize that, but we'll see how that turns out. According to the synopsis, though, it turns out that Clark now has to deal with a new threat just when she thought peace was within her grasp. The new threat, though, could be referring to Pike. So there might be that. There's also mentions of Raven becoming a target, so it's good to see her back again. And then also Murphy is returning with a dangerous con in his near future. So we haven't seen him since 302, so it'll be interesting to see what con he's getting into and whether he's still with Amori or not. Predictions overall, though, I really hope Bellamy smartens the hell up, but I'm gonna predict that that's not gonna happen until after Octavia beats the crap out of Bellamy, like we saw in the season 3 trailer a few weeks ago. I think that moment has to happen before Bellamy realizes that he sided with the wrong man. Maybe, yeah. Next prediction is that I don't think Clark is going to return to Arcadia anytime soon, especially if Pike's actions are going to continue down this anti-grounder route, because I think Clark is going to try to stay in Polis to try to fix what Pike is doing and try not to have Pike's actions reverse all the hard work that Arcadia has been doing since they came down. So there's that. I hope it doesn't happen because I want Clark home in Arcadia, but it's looking like it's going to be a while for sure. And another prediction, I just want another Clark and Rowan team up. I really like the scenes together between the two of them, whether it's them at odds with each other or them trying to figure out a plan together. I really like it and I want to see more of it. So that's what it is. So what did you guys think of the episode? Did you like what you see? Was it what you expected? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it for sure. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos as well. I love to hear what you have to say about this episode, so don't be afraid to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Any of that, you know the drill. Also, if you want more news and information about the 100, check out my Tumblr page. The links for those will be down below. I tend to reblog promos, web clips, producer previews, interviews, quotes, GIFs, dialogue tags, any of that stuff that comes along my Tumblr dashboard. 99% of the time I am going to reblog it, so it's all going to be organized and such. So check that out there. Also, don't forget to follow me on Tumblr too, if you want to be in the loop of all the things I find and everything that's TV related. So there's that as well, and that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys come back next week to see what I have to say about the episode. I just want to apologize in advance though that for this week a lot of my updates for the new episodes are kind of delayed in the fact that reality has needed a priority this week. So it's definitely going to get back on track by the weekend, but just to give you a heads up so you're not thinking that I've abandoned one part of one media outlet or not. So like there's that. So that's it. I need to go. I need to edit this quickly and then post it. But until next time, this is Mel. Wishing you all a great day, great week wherever you are. See you then. Bye.